Hi guys, Ben here. This is how I started a dropshipping store with less than $1,000 or pounds. So a lot of people think to sell products online, you need to spend thousands and thousands to get the products in. Some people are aware of dropshipping, but they still think that you need to put some money in to get the ball rolling. Now, you do need a little bit of money to get the ball rolling. I can't have spent more than, it can't be more than £400, £500, that sort of thing. And the reason for that is the dropship model allows you to not have to buy any product until you receive the product from the customer. It's a lovely way to make business, but what you've got to do is treat your dropshipping business as a legitimate business. It's not a side hustle type thing. It's not a make money quick online. It's a legitimate business. So just in case you're not aware, high ticket dropshipping is a way of selling products that you don't hold in stock, that's held in stock by suppliers or manufacturers from your own country. You're not buying tats from China that takes ages to get delivered. Real genuine suppliers and manufacturers in your country. There are thousands upon thousands in the UK, even more so in the US. Every country is going to have its own manufacturers and suppliers. You work with those companies. You establish a business relationship with the account manager who accepts your trade account application if you know the way to go about it, and you start a legitimate business. And the reason why you would want to be selling high priced products instead of, £20, £30 or dollar products, well, there are many reasons, but what I like about selling high priced products is that you just need to concentrate on one sale per day, essentially. Once you get one sale, you're done for the day. And if you're making a sale that's about £1,600, and that's what I was doing in my niche, the most purchased item was £1,600, I was taking around 30% profit from that. So I was happy to be making that sort of money. I didn't need anything crazy. I just wanted a legitimate business that was able to pay me a better wage than I had as a IT deputy manager role. There's less that can go wrong. If you're sending out 10, 20 products a day, there's always going to be issues that come up. If you're selling one product a day and you're working with, higher quality couriers, there are going to be less issues that come up. It's just as simple as that. Another reason why you'd want to do high ticket is there's a lot less admin and a lot less customer support you need to provide. If you're getting a £1,600 sale and that's just the one sale you need for the day, sometimes they just buy straight away and you don't need to provide any customer support. Sometimes you do. I like providing the ability to give customer support because it's a good way to close a deal. Sometimes they may have a couple of retailers they're interested in buying from. If you're that person going, the extra step, the extra mile to help them choose and find out what they need, they're a lot more likely to buy from you. Even if you are a little bit more expensive, I've had lots of customers buy from my store, and some of them have said, I know such and such is charging less, but they just liked me as a person providing that customer support. They got along with me. I was able to persuade them that I was the way to go instead of the other bigger retailers, the bricks and mortar stores. That's the nice thing about being a niche e-commerce store. You don't set your product range so large that you're stretched and you don't know everything. It's quite honed in. You get to know your product range really well, and you can give some really high quality customer support. So I'm going to give a really vague breakdown To be honest, I set up my store so many years ago. I don't remember exactly what I paid for everything, but here's a vague breakdown of how much everything will cost. So firstly, a Shopify store, a monthly recurring payment. It's probably around £30 per month, maybe a little bit less. So £30 per month, very doable. Next, you're going to want to purchase a domain, and that'll be like 20 quid for the year. Domains aren't that expensive. Google Ads starter budget. Now, this is where you pay more, but don't forget, as soon as you start getting sales, the Google Ads is paying for itself, you know. I had a budget of, I think I put about £300 in. Got my first sale after, what was it, like a week or something like that. So yeah, once you start getting the ball rolling and the money starts coming in, that's fine. But that's the biggest amount that you'll be paying out for straight away. You may need some apps on your Shopify store, and they have a subscription. Really depends. There are so many apps. Some of them are really handy. Some of them you may bring in a bit later on once you've got things, you know, going the sort of direction you want them to. I liked using automation to help things. My store was semi-automated. So once I got the ball rolling and it was producing sales, quite a lot of things were hands off. But maybe you'd be spending £10 or £20 per month for an app subscription. Another good app to use at the beginning is one of those ones that sort of track what your users are doing on your store. They provide heat maps, so you can see where they're clicking, on what pages they're going to, and you can find out where maybe your customers are getting lost. Maybe they're trying to find some information, they're trying to find a web page, or they go to a broken web page. It just shows you their journey, so you can really find what's going on and sort of fine tune your store. So I had that going for maybe 3 months, and then once I had everything sort of honed in, I stopped the subscription. So once I started making sales and the money started coming in, and I was able to learn from my mistakes and build on what was working, I started to see a nice monthly revenue occur, and I was able to take a nice profit from that revenue. And that was what allowed me to work by myself. I didn't have to rely on a boss or a company hiring me. I was just able to do what I wanted, when I wanted, within reason. And just day to day, I was spending maybe a couple of hours in the store. And then the rest of the day, it would be just doing what I wanted. Sometimes you need to really grind, and you'll find at times there'll be, you know, something like maybe there's an issue with a customer delivery, you need to get that sorted, and, you know, you feel a bit stressed. But other than that type of thing, you know, it's pretty nice just to have your own business, and you got to treat it as such. So you got to be treating your business as a proper long-term business. It's not a get rich quick scheme. So every day you've got to be doing what needs to be done for your business. So you don't need to spend thousands on getting a new store up and running. I would say, rule of thumb, you need about $500 to get started, to cover all of those things and have a bit left over just in case anything else comes up. As simple as that. And if you do need help with creating your own high-ticket dropshipping business, I provide a coaching service where I take you from the very start, finding a niche, choosing the correct niche, contacting suppliers and creating a Shopify store, Google Ads, getting your products in front of customers who you know are willing to buy because you've done the research. All you've got to do is provide a relatively high quality store, put it in front of them, and you just got to convince customers that you are the business to go to. loads of different ways to do that. But if you're interested, click on the link below. I'm happy to do a free half an hour discovery call, and we can just go over what your needs are,